Connor Strahan, Boston College linebacker, baby. Let's go.
Therese Hall, Mizzou, hoorah. And, linebacker, weak side linebacker. Shout out to my man, B-Lee, Kale, and the whole defense.
MyZ.
ZOU.
Sean Krebs, offensive line, and I went to the University of Nevada.
Caden Smith, just got down at Stanford, and I'm tight ends.
Joey Alfieri, Stanford, linebacker.
Joe Prothrow, running back, and I went to Cal Poly.
My name is Ryan Bates. I play offensive line. I went to Penn State.
John LeGlue, Tulane University, offensive line.
Patrick McCary, went to Cal Berkeley, and I'm an offensive lineman.
Time-honored tradition now at Cal Strength is to bring you guys to Mark or bring Mark to you guys. Every year we've done this and we've had a lot of success. So I'm super superstitious and I'm not going to break tradition, but also I think there's a shit ton of value in what this man has to tell you. So he's got a lot of accumulated wisdom. He's been successful both as an athlete and as a businessman, and I think you're going to enjoy what he has to say. Alongside that, we're going to work on some bench technique today, break down some fundamentals, and hopefully test some new 3RMs to go back and work off of. So without further ado, this is my good friend and your mentor for the day, Mr. Mark Bell.
Thank you, guys. First of all, I want to start out by saying I don't appreciate you guys sizing me up. I see some of you guys doing that. And I can assure you that all of you can destroy me on a football field in a matter of seconds. I'm Mark Bell. I've been powerlifting since the time I was a kid. I started when I was 12. I'm 42, so I've been doing it for a long time. I've successfully bench pressed 854 pounds in a bench shirt and squatted 1,080. I've competed all over the world, all over the country, done seminars all over the world, and shared my desire for strength with thousands of people over the years. And what I've learned is that it takes a long time to accumulate strength. And one of the key components is to try to stay ahead of the game. A huge component for you guys will be, how do you stay healthy? And the way that you stay healthy is by figuring out ways of staying ahead. Part of the reason why I already got a workout in today is because I try to be ahead every single day that I possibly can. And I try to do it within reason so I don't wear myself out. But I like to wake up at about 4 a.m. I like to try to get a lot of work done or work out early, get everything done as early as I can. And the magic of that, some people might say, oh, it doesn't really matter when you wake up. Who cares as long as you kick ass during the time you're awake? Well, it might be kind of true, but I think the magic is getting to bed on time. And I think it's a hard thing to understand. It's a hard principle to grasp until you've actually done it. But what it shows is that you're willing to starve off some of the other things that other people want. People that aren't doing anything, they want you to do that with them. And so that's some things that you guys have to think about. You might have to lose friends. I was just telling a story a little bit ago about how one of my best friends in high school, I lost him in a second because of what he said to me. I was like, boom, we're done. We were actually talking about making money, and he was already pretty successful. He was already doing pretty well for himself, even in high school. He was doing like contract work, construction work, and he was making some money. I was a bum. I was just living off my parents like most teenagers do. And we started talking about money, and he said something like how are you going to make money or something? And just the way he said it to me kind of pissed me off, and I was like, I'm not sure, but I'm going to make more money than everybody in this car. And we had a group of a bunch of us in the car. And he was like, I don't think that'll ever happen because you're not smart enough. And I remembered that. And that hurt. I shrugged it off. I laughed it off. But I never hung out with him again. He was my best friend. I hung out with him every single day. So there's going to be people that you're just going to have to fucking cut out of your life every once in a while in order to get you to where you want to go. And you might be isolated, and it might suck sometimes. But if you lead people, if you figure out a way to get yourself moving in the right direction, you figure out how to put one foot in front of the other, day in and day out, you'll end up being a leader. And when you're a leader, then you're not isolated. You get people that want to come around you. You have people that are following what you're doing. You have people that are paying attention to what you're doing. And so over a long period of time, I just developed this concept of this is going to take a long ass time for me to get good at this. And how long does a workout take? However long is necessary. How long does it take to be great? I'm going to hang out here until I'm great. I'm going to figure out, I'm going to get around other coaches. I'm going to get around other football players. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to do the lifting. I'm going to do the running, the things that I hate to do, the things that I haven't mastered. Those are the things that are going to end up mastering you at some point. That's going to lead to injury. That's going to lead to you getting hurt. It's going to lead to you being on the sidelines. That's going to lead to you not getting the paycheck that you want. All these things can be avoided by figuring out ways of getting ahead. And so again, I go back to that principle of just trying to get to bed early enough. When you go home from these hard workouts that coach is putting you through, I'm sure you guys do what, 2 or 3 times a day? Yep. You're working out, right? You get home, you might not think, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. But what you don't have time for is to be screwing around. You really, the time that you have needs to be devoted towards recovering, because if you don't recover, you can't be ahead the next day. If you stay up and watch TV, mess around on your phone, you do all these things, it is really and truly and honestly a giant waste of your time. It's not helping you run your 40 faster. It's not helping you bench 225 more times. It's not helping with any of your goals. So it's not that you want to cut out all those things all the time forever. We all need forms of entertainment. We're all going to need some stuff here and there just to keep us sane, right?
Like a beach house?
There you go, like a beach house. Yeah, you're going to need some relaxation here and there. But at the same time, for right now, the focus is for you guys to go in the NFL Combine and to do the best job that you possibly can, have the best representation of yourselves that you possibly can. And so even if it's just for a short, confined period of time that you're doing stuff with Coach, if you're just doing stuff with him for this short period of time, try to concentrate as much as you possibly can on that. And the ability to focus isn't really just to focus on the task, because I think that most people can do that. I think most people he can say, hey, be here at 8, and then we're going to meet again at 12, and we're going to meet again at 4. And I'm sure all you guys will do that. But the real focus is to block out things, not just to hone in on them. The real focus is to block out the other bullshit that kind of gets in the way of each and every day that we have. Stay with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Yeah. 9, Hercules. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. Yeah. Woo. Okay. That was pretty good. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life. That's great. That's so funny after all the football practices you guys do.
Right, 2 a day.
Yeah, and like in the heat and everything, it's 110 degrees. Business as usual here at the strongest gym in the West, SuperTraining Gym. Just got done with my boys over at Cal Strength, Dave Spitz. As we do every year, we try to meet up, we try to make time. It's really awesome to be able to work with some of the athletes that he gets the opportunity to work with every year. Dave has been working with NFL prospects and NFL athletes and all athletes, but specifically NFL athletes for probably the last 5-6 years or so. And he's been doing an awesome job with them, and it's great to have him come down here and we show these guys how to bench press, take them through some exercises, and we all have the same goal in mind. We all have common ground, and we're just all trying to get better. We're all trying to figure out how do we get the next 2.5 pounds? How do we get the next 5-pound PR? And for these guys, how do they get that much faster? How do they jump a little higher? How do they perform a little bit better on the football field? Amazing seeing these athletes and how damn tall they are. I felt like a shrimp today. But another great experience for me, and a lot of fun having these young bucks come in here and bring some enthusiasm into SuperTraining Gym. Strength is never weakness, weakness is never strength. Catch you guys later.